Mr. Chairman, sir, on the recommendation of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that an additional amount of 13 crores 19 lakhs 31,000 be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges which will come in the course of payment during the year ending the 31st of March 2026 for the administration of the heads 2015 elections.
Motion moved. Now there is one cut motion against this grant, tabled by Srimati Miyami Dishira MLA and Sri Mijamur R. Kaji MLA. Anyone of you, please.
Sir, I beg to move that the total provision of rupees 13 crore 19 lakhs 31,000 supplementary demand number 3 head 2015 elections at page 5 of list of supplementary demands be reduced by rupees 100, that is the amount of the whole supplementary demand of rupees 13 crore 19 lakhs 31,000 do stand reduced by rupees 100.
Motion moved. Now you may initiate the discussion.
Mr. Chairman, sir. The objective of bringing this cut motion for the supplementary demand is regarding the massive exercise that is to be done for the special intensive revision or the special summary revision 2025. Now, regarding this exercise, which is to be done by almost all the states, we have seen that prior to our state doing this massive exercise, other state, Bihar, has already done this exercise. And a lot of controversy has happened regarding this exercise. We have seen in the media, we have seen in the parliament, in the monsoon session, how it has rocked the parliamentary sessions as well. Therefore, sir, I am bringing this cut motion to bring to the notice of the House so that we get an assurance from the government that necessary requirements and necessary action is taken to mitigate the difficulty and problems of the electorates or our citizens during the course of this massive exercise. We know it's a huge task. It is a very difficult process. And it is going to be, maybe it's going to bring about some kind of inconvenience to the people and to our electorates. However, if the government is prepared enough, then we can deal with the problems smoothly and make sure that allegations and counter allegations are avoided. Now, while the SIR is being compiled in other states, we've seen there's been widespread report that fraudulent applications were also there. And in some cases, there were reports of deletion of genuine voters. And it was defying all statistical expectations and the demography of the region. So there has been a lot of controversy, allegations, and so on regarding the SIR. So therefore, sir, to avoid such a situation and to avoid the removal of legitimate voters from the electoral rolls, we must ensure that a proper system is in place. Now, in view of the Bihar SIRs, they had to rely on judicial intervention. So we may take that as an example to make sure that such a thing does not happen in our state. to make sure that this runs smoothly, we have to make sure that the government informs the public, has proper communication system, and intimate in advance the identification proofs that are accepted, and so that there will not be any confusion regarding the revision of the names in the electoral rolls. Now this is number one, and number two is regarding the maintenance of the EVMs. I'd just like to have a clarification whether any new method is being adopted to maintain the EVMs, or whether the same old system is in place. Just a small clarification. Therefore, I'd just like to know from the Honorable Chief Minister whether all these precautionary measures will be put in place so that a smooth exercise, smooth sailing of this massive exercise will be done in our state. Thank you, sir.
Anyone to participate? Mr. Rupa, MLA, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for allowing me to take part in this cut motion moved by Srimati Mani Dishira. While speaking on the SIR and SSR, as already stated by the mover of the motion, it has been surrounded by so many controversies. Since I came from Dadengri, a Dadengri subdivision which is very large, the largest in the Garo East region. So in the past, we have observed that there are so many fraudulent voters also. All this is because sometimes in the recent times also there have been so many complaints, so many informations which I have received about the dual voters. So this SIR and SSR should be implemented. I am in favor of that, but while implementing, while going for this, we should always be on high alert, because as stated by the mover of the motion, there can be applications who are from the people who are not from our state. And besides, we are having that problem in the neighboring state of Assam, where the occupants of the government lands are being evicted. And they will try and come to seek refuge in our state. So we have to be very, very cautious, and it will be a very hard task for the government. And while doing that, we should take confidence of our local people and our headmen, so that we can identify the people who are original residents of our state. But sometimes it has been observed that fraudulent voters, fraudulent, I would say citizens, they manage to sneak into our state because we don't take confidence of our citizens while identifying, while accepting their applications. So this is my submission, and with this submission and observation, I would like to resume my seat. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Arden please.
So I also rise to support the cut motion moved by Srimati Miani Dishira and Dr. Mizanur R. Kazi to discuss on the massive exercise for SSR 225 and the need to mitigate the difficulty and process of the electorate citizens during the course of exercise and methodology adopted for maintenance of EVMs. So I would also like to share my concern as far as this spatial intensive revision is concerned. We know that the aim and objective of this revision is to include the genuine voters in the voters list. So, sir, I think as mentioned by Honorable MLA from Dadangri, that this is the time that the government needs to be alerted because of the situation in the neighboring states and the neighboring country. We know for the fact that the rate of influx into Meghalaya is happening in a very large scale. So, sad to say that there has not been any exercise on the part of the government to ensure that these people coming from other states in the wake of the turmoil and the law and order situation in their places, to keep a track on them and maintain a proper record. We have not seen that measures. But what we see is that pressure groups, they are volunteering and detain many doubtful people who are entering into the state. So, as has happened in the past, we have noticed that these infiltrators can easily get assimilated into the society. So therefore, we have to make sure that these people coming from outside the state should not be, giving a chance to enroll in the state of Meghalaya. Another concern that I would like to bring to the notice of the government is that whenever there is a process to enroll the new voters, people who are not staying in a particular constituency can manage to enroll themselves in that constituency. For example, in my constituency, I was informed by the local headmen, by the local people, that there are many people who still manage to enroll themselves as the voters of the constituency, despite the fact that they are not the residents of that locality. They are not even the residents of the constituency. They stay somewhere else and enroll themselves in other constituency. Instances where these kind of practices were there are many, sir. So, sir, I feel that the authority concerned should also take into consideration the confidence of the local authority like the Dorbarshnong, the local committee, to prove the citizenship of those applicants. Another issue that we may encounter is that there is an apprehension among the people that this special intensive revision may lead to a situation where the genuine voters, including the local people, may not be able to enroll because of some parameters where they need to prove their citizenship. In many villages, I'm telling you, sir, there are many people who don't have any document to prove that they are the real citizens of this state. They don't have Aadhaar, they don't have the birth certificate. So that is another issue that we need to look into, sir. So, sir, I feel that since the intention of this special intensive revision is to include the genuine voters, so we expect that the process to be carried out by the authority concerned should address that problem. So we know that there is a concentration of those people who have managed to infiltrate into our state to even acquire land in certain pockets of Khasi Jaintia region. People who are coming just within few months, they will manage to get all the documents that is necessary to be proven as genuine citizen of the state. So with these few words, I hope that the government will take serious note and ensure that the genuine people should not be left out in this revision, and the doubtful should not be, under any circumstances, be able to manage to get themselves registered in the voters list. With these few words, sir, I resume my seat.
Anyone else? Dr. Mukul Sangma, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to support the cut motion tabled by Honorable Member from Ampati, Srimati Miyani Dishira. And I would like to make a brief submission revolving around the concerns of the people and concern of all of us. The mover and other members have rightly indicated the areas of concern, and also the need to complete this whole process of spatial intensive revision of the electoral roll. It is only befitting, from the fact that the whole democratic system based on the mandate of our Constitution, there has been challenges. I think these are something which are very pertinent to rather ground reality and very pertinent. The responsibility of being a responsible participant in the whole electoral process. Now, the sense of belongingness, the sense of ownership is crucial in as far as the conscience of a person while exercising his right to franchise is concerned. Therefore, the son of the soil, the people of the state definitely have the sense of belongingness and ownership. The whole system, maybe there should be a time when the whole electoral system must be reformed. Because in each and every state, what we are observing, and particularly in the state of ours, I think this particular concern has been articulated time and time again, outside the house, inside the house, by almost all the political parties and by almost all people from all walks of life, particularly who are concerned about the future of the state and who are aware of the various ramifications of the whole electoral system that we have adopted as per the mandate of the Constitution. The issue of being a citizen of the country, and by virtue of being a citizen of the country, having the right to franchise, but at the same time, in this huge, diverse nation, people from different parts of the country do, for various reasons, various factors, do migrate and temporarily stay. But here the question is, when they stay temporarily, will they have the sense of belongingness and the sense of responsibility towards the effective governance and good governance that is required for the welfare of the people of that particular state? It does happen because I want to be little more blunt and be frank in this August House as to how our electoral process is to a great extent influenced by certain factors which are not healthy for a healthy democracy. There was a time when I was approached by a group of people in Tura. There was a parliamentary election going on. So, during election, there are too many requests, too many suggestions that people would like to meet, this and that. We need to see whether we can manage time. It's so difficult during election. It so happened that I was somehow or other, because the group informed that they had certain number of votes. And this certain number of votes was to be determined by some of the leaders collectively to decide to vote in favor of any political party. So we wanted to know first why they want to meet and what is their intent based on the issues. Then they said there is no issue for us. Whoever gives us more, we will vote. And why I'm narrating this story is because this group of people were not the people who were born and brought up in the state, who were residing in the state for maybe limited time, a temporary residence from other parts of the country. So you can understand that the sense of responsibility towards the building of this state is not part of their concern. Therefore, the same thing will happen if some of our people from Northeast has any vote somewhere else. Just because they have the vote, they make a vote. But then at the end of the day, I think the whole philosophy of democracy which guides us will not probably be applicable at that point of time. Therefore, it is also very important for us to see that our own people are in a manner which is inconsistent with the objective of these democratic principles of the democracy that we have adopted. I think we should see that people who are from a particular state must not be left out because of the system. Now the system, SIR, the parameters that every citizen has to fulfill before his name is enrolled during this course of exercise, quite challenging. In fact, lots of senior citizens are talking to us, many senior citizens. And they have already started taking measures to see that, okay, all these important documents are already available with them. Look at the sense of responsibility, because they want to ensure that they can participate. But there are too many bottlenecks. One senior citizen tried to ring me up. I was in the assembly during this session, then subsequently passed on the message that that particular senior citizen of Tura has gone to municipality office for the birth certificate 3 times on foot. And he was asking, rather he conveyed this question, now birth certificate has to be given by the doctors who perform delivery, but birth certificate is being given by municipality. That is his reasoning. And at the same time, he questioned that why an old man like him, who is in his 90s, be compelled to go again and again. We say that we have put a robust system of governance and delivery system, even leveraging upon the whole benefit of digitalization. But at the same time, the ground reality is different. In fact, recently I had to speak to the Commissioner and Secretary of the Health and Family Welfare to draw the attention of the department concerned, because the citizens, the students who needed birth certificate were going again and again to PHC, where the doctors were not. being able to provide the documents that they needed. The non-availability certificate for the children who were not born in the hospitals. Now we know those certain procedural hurdles. We all know how to somehow take cognizance of these inherent intrinsic hurdles that is already there in the process, in the system, and how to somehow ensure that there is a smoother, more easier way of enabling our citizens to get all these documents will be crucial in either enabling our citizens of getting included or getting excluded. That is where we have to take cognizance of the challenges. And therefore, I think it's easier said than done. There are challenges. And in the villages, almost 80% of the elderly people do not have birth certificates or also do not have other certificates. Therefore, may we, from the side of the, may we get some kind of assurance pertaining to creating an enabling environment to simplify the systems of getting those necessary certificates. Otherwise, as our honorable member from Nongkrem has said, we will end up seeing many of our own citizens who are born and brought up here, the sons of the soil, the daughters of the soil, getting excluded during the course of SR. That is the challenge that we have. I do not like to dwell on elaborately on other things, but at the same time, I think because our democratic system required participation of every citizen. Let everybody be part of this vibrant, robust system which we have adopted, so that people who desire to see better days for the people of the state, for our Generation X, are able to really participate in the whole process of our democratic system and be part of the people who give mandate to the aspiring political parties to assume upon the responsibility of governance in the right earnest to fulfill the aspirations of our people. I hope the government must have been already aware of these problems, because this is not a problem in isolation. This problem must have been flagged to almost all our members of this August House by our citizens. Therefore, it is not something which should not be outside the knowledge of the government and the authorities. Therefore, it is only appropriate that we take cognizance and see that these measures are put in place. And also, the health department should ensure that every PHC has a doctors in the PHCs. We have seen yesterday the reply. How many PHCs are without doctors, without medical and health officer? Where are they going to go? If they go to other areas, they will say, no, it is not your jurisdiction. So this is something which is subjecting people to all kinds of problem, frustration. So these are measures which what is preventing the health department from posting the medical and health officer? Rongsak PHC. I have spoken to the officers concerned that the Rongsak PHC doesn't have a doctor till now. Why did they transfer and release the doctor without having a officer relieving him? Therefore, these are omission and commission which can be avoided. These are utter negligence and insensitivity of the people in the department. I don't think it must have come to the knowledge of the minister. These are dereliction of duty and utmost insensitivity towards our people. Therefore, I think those are areas of concern. There are many other areas of concern. As I have said, government is aware, must be aware of all these problems. So take corrective measures. With these few words, I support this motion, Mr. Speaker.
Dr. Mizanur Kaji, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I also rise to support and share my concern over the move by my cut motion by my colleague, Srimati Miani D. Shira. Already much has been deliberated upon. I don't want to take much time on it. I just want to share one or two of my concerns. Number one being, I represent the area neighboring Assam border, and as we all are aware that these people, most of these people are ignorant of the so many things. So due to their ignorance, there are a lot of differences in the documents they have, some slight differences in the documents they have, due to which they suffer lot of problems while registering their name in the voter list, or while substantiating their claim that they are genuine citizens of our state. Also, I have come across lot of instances in my constituency especially that, just to establish their citizenship, they need previous certified copies of electoral rolls, for which they go to the Deputy Commissioner's office. I have personally called up so many times to the officer concerned. There have been repeated visits by the applicants, but despite lot of efforts, so many people are denied to have a certified copy of these electoral rolls. I know SIS, SSR is a very crucial and messy process, but I humbly request Honorable Chief Minister Sir to have special consideration of the fact that most of our people are ignorant, and out of their ignorance, some silly mistakes in their birth certificates or in their predecessor's name, maybe their predecessor name is there in the voter list, but as per their nickname, not as per their official name. So these things are there. Because of that, they are facing these hardships, and because of their ignorance, they are suspected as doubtful citizens. So I humbly request Honorable Chief Minister Sir to kindly have a look on this and to see that no genuine citizen is deprived of his citizenship, and their hardships in arranging these legal documents are taken care of. With this few submission, I resume my seat. Thank you, sir.
I will now call the Minister in charge to reply, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, at the very outset, I would like to thank the mover of the cut motion, Mrs. Miani Dishira, Honorable MLA of Ampati constituency, and also the Honorable MLA of Rajabala constituency for bringing this cut motion. And also would like to thank all the members who have participated in this cut motion. Sir, the subject is very large, and hence I may not be able to dwell on all the subjects, but I'll try to address the concerns that have been raised by the MLAs to the maximum possible extent. Sir, in a nutshell, the current supplementary demand that has come in has been done as a result of the increase in the remuneration that is to be made to the BLOs. And this is as per the instruction of the Election Commission of India. And hence, for the SSR or for SIR, whichever exercise we do, the remuneration that has to be given to the BLOs has to be enhanced. And primarily, this particular SD is for that purpose. Number two, in regards to the maintenance of the EVMs, which is again a small part of the SD, It is the normal procedures which we need to follow, and those normal procedures are quite large in number, but just to share simple things like the warehouses have to be in good condition, vacuum cleaners need to be there, CCTVs need to be installed. If there's any damage, repairs have to be made. So on and so forth. There's a long list of activities that need to be done. And therefore, for the normal maintenance of these EVMs, this particular SD of approximately 5 lakhs is being demanded in this particular SD, sir. Yeah, 5 lakhs for to meet the expenditure of the maintenance for the EVMs. Sir, having said that, of course, we have gone beyond the aspect of the basic financial requirements that we have. And I must thank the honorable members because the issues that they have raised are absolutely very, very, very genuine issues. And of course, as the government and of course the Election Commission of India is obviously concerned on all these aspects. And to put it quite straightforward, that the special intensive review that is being proposed by the Election Commission of India is being done primarily to address the concerns that have been mentioned by the honorable MLAs. So therefore, the exercise in itself is a reply to the concerns that the respected MLAs have expressed. I will not go through the entire process, sir, but just to give you a nutshell, that when it comes to the SIR, it is slightly different from the normal summary revision we do. But in this particular SIR, we will be going much more into detail. So during the last SIR, the enumerators were sent from house to house, verification with a copy of the details of the existing voters. However, in the present SIR, every elector will have to submit an enumeration form to the BLOs. And further, sir, for electors registered in the electoral roll as of January 2003, on the basis of the last SIR, no further documents are required to be submitted except the extract of the 2003 electoral roll, which means the concerns of the aged having to submit birth certificates again or any other kind of document or certification is not required, except, as I said, the 2003 electoral roll. And therefore, the process to large extent has been simplified. Now, sir, of course, why is this exercise being done? This exercise is being done precisely what the mover of the cut motion had mentioned, that, in the last 20 years, significant change has taken place due to additions and deletions of large scale over the long period, sir. Rapid urbanization, frequent migration of population from one place to another, livelihood and other reasons have become a regular trend. And therefore, sir, to address exactly the concerns mentioned by the mover of the cut motion, this SIR exercise is being done. So therefore, I don't want to deliberate much into the details of all of that. But as I said, most of the concerns that they've mentioned about having the genuine voters or not, or duplicate, duplicate means, double ID cards, people having names in two locations, which is possible because somebody shifts a particular location. Sometimes the officials at the grassroots level may not remember or may not execute the deletion. So therefore, it is possible. I'm not saying it should be done or it happens regularly, but it is possible. So therefore, to ensure that all of this is checked and cross-checked, and to ensure that there's no duplication of voter IDs. All this exercise is being done through this very special intensive review of the electoral roll. And to share with the honorable members, without going too much again into details, the SIR will be conducting these exercises. Number one, this exhaustive training of the BLOs. So there is a large component of training. So they will be trained in detail about all the different aspects and concerns that honorable MLAs have raised. Number two is the rationalization, re-serialization and formation of sections. Number three, house-to-house enumeration. And I mentioned, sir, in this case, in this particular SIR, while they go from house to house, every single voter also will have to fill up the forms. The publication of draft roll, period of claims and objections will be there. The display of list of claims and objections, appeals will be there. Supervision and checks, engagement with political parties and sharing of electoral rolls, schedule of press note, advertisement during SIR, preparation of electoral roll at the time of final publication, and preparation of electoral roll during the elections. So therefore, sir, as mentioned earlier by most of the members, that this is actually a very, very exhaustive exercise, but something that all of them have agreed is something that must be done. And regarding the specific concerns that honorable members have mentioned, as I said, that when it comes to areas of documents not being there, sir, I must put it on record that if there are no documents, if a particular individual does not have any documents to prove citizenship, then on what basis do we rely on how the person is actually a citizen of our state or not? So therefore, there has to be some mechanism, sir. Just by us saying that even if a person has no documents and still we have to consider, then we could have many people who will have no documents, and then suddenly the counter argument will come that why are we approving names of people who don't have documents? So sir, it's always a complicated exercise, but to minimize the inconvenience for the people and genuine people, as the Election Commission of India has already said, that those who had been in the electoral roll from 2003 January in the previous SIR, they don't have to submit any new documents anymore. So now only the ones who are post 2020 January 2003, they will have to produce the relevant documents, and that the particular BLOs and all the exercise will be done going from house to house and from voter to voter in detail, so that we ensure that nobody from outside our state and somebody who does not deserve to be a voter in our state, their name is not included. So therefore, sir, it's always the balancing of this particular issue. At one end, we say that those who don't have documents but are citizens, they should be considered. At the other side, we also say that those who are not genuine people should not be considered. So therefore, where is the balance between that is where we have to meet. As I said, sir, the idea is to minimize the inconvenience for the people who don't have documents and see how we can help them. At the same time, to be very careful to ensure that no voter or no individual who is not a citizen of our state be included in the voter list. So balancing this particular two ends of the spectrum is what this particular SIR exercise is meant to do. And let me assure the members that we will do our best to ensure that we balance both of these concerns, where genuine people are not harassed and where non-genuine citizens are not put into the list. Bringing this and balancing it is the task that we have in front of us, and we hope that through this SIR exercise, we will be able to achieve that particular goal. So also just to address the concerns of the illegal immigration, because of the continuous problem that we are facing across the borders on both sides, I just want to share for the knowledge of the honorable members that whether it's the international border that Honorable Deputy Chief Minister in charge Home at his level has had multiple meetings with different stakeholders, and even at my level, I have had multiple meetings, whether it is with the BSF, whether it's with the Army, the Air Force, the IB, and all the other agencies that we need to coordinate with. We have been regularly meeting and discussing, and continuous coordination is taking place. Of course, we can't make those meetings public because those are more of internal discussions. But for the knowledge of the House, we would like to share that we have been continuously doing this. And at the same time, sir, as my responsibility, that this information and these discussions is always taken up to the highest level, and discussions have been made with Government of India, informing them and reporting them again about the different movements or activities that we have seen and noticed, and the intelligence that we collect along the border. So this exercise is a normal exercise, sir, we do on a regular basis. But as I said, because these are more internal matters of intelligence and security, we do not share this in the public domain. But I thought that it would be important for me to share to this august House that there are regular meetings in that aspect. Also, sir, when the eviction was happening in the neighboring state, we have had multiple meetings. I myself had called meetings with the deputy commissioners, especially of the border areas. And we had ensured that we increased our manpower presence in different checkpoints. NACA checks have been put up. But more importantly, sir, the community has been taken into confidence. So we have informed the deputy commissioners to hold meetings at the village defense level, call the headmen of very, very critical villages where the possibility of infiltration is there, coordinated with them, discussed with them, and asked them for what kind of support they would require. And this again, sir, is being done on a continuous basis, sir. At the same time, sir, we have also ensured that the checkings that are to be done at the highways and the entry points is being done. And many people, sir, have been picked up, whether it's with the state government, by the state government, or by the BSF. Many, many cases have been there, and those cases have also come out in the press. So, sir, the activities are on. It's not that we are just simply watching and doing nothing. At multiple levels, activity and engagement is there to ensure that the impact of the unrest across the international border and the impact of the evictions across the northern border is managed by ensuring that we engage and ensure that we have our forces in different sensitive locations. Sir, apart from that, just to share, Honorable LO had also raised concerns, though it's not something that is directly linked with the current cut motion, but since he had raised concerns, I want to share with him and with the House, so that in the recent past, the government of Meghalaya, our MDA government, has created a recruitment board for the medical department, sir. And because of this landmark decision that we have made, today, sir, we are able to address to a large extent the human resource requirement for the health sector in a very quick manner. Is it a perfect system and can we have 100% efficiency? Sir, it's challenging. We do have challenges, and in spite of the fact that in the last 3 years we have recruited 500 plus doctors, and we have also sent many of them for training outside, we still have certain challenges, and we are hopeful, sir, that in the days to come that we will be able to reduce the shortage of doctors in the different PHCs and CHCs. But all I can tell you, sir, is that a huge improvement has happened. A large number of doctors and additional manpower for other health workers. All of them, in many cases, sir, we have done a lot of work, but a lot more needs to be done. But just wanted to share that it's not that we have done nothing about it. A lot of activity has taken place, and the situation is far better than before, and we are working towards ensuring that it will be much better in the days to come. Sir, at the same time, Honorable LO was referring to the issues of the efficiency in terms of the services. When I had mentioned about the robust system that we have, it was related, of course, with the robust system of the complaint and the public grievances. Now, that is only a forefront. It's only the part where we engage with the people. And the robust system that we have now is allowing the information to come in and go to the departments. I just want to share with the Honorable MLA from Rajabala, because I got the data later on, that we have received about 1,000 calls only for power department. And out of the 1,000 calls that we got, and which is the highest, by the way, for all the departments put together, 1,000 calls have come for just the power department. 90% of them have been resolved. 90% of them. And most of them exactly what you said, the power went off, the transformer went off or got busted. And within a matter of minutes, the information reached the chairman's office and the concerned office, and they sent it immediately to the persons concerned at the grassroots level. And that's the kind of system that we have. Now again, sir, is it a perfect system? So we're working on it. There will still be challenges. And we are, as I said, we are better off than what we were before. And as I said, with the use of technology, we have come so far. And let me assure the House that we will ensure that we continue to work towards improving the services even better in the days to come. Sir, I will refrain from going into too many of the details of all the points mentioned. I have tried to, in general, reply to the concerns of the honorable members who have raised their concern. But I think at the end, I'll summarize simply by saying, sir, that number one, the SIR is absolutely necessary because precisely of the points that mentioned by the members, that there are so many duplicate IDs, there are so many mistakes in the names, there are so many problems that we are facing, and maybe some are not genuine voters. So all of these need to be checked on a regular basis. So therefore, the SIR is absolutely necessary. And as we get communication, official communication from Election Commission, we will be proceeding with that. And at the same time, just to share, sir, our CEO, he is in fact right now in Delhi. There's a conference of the CEOs going on in Delhi precisely to discuss the SIR. That's point number one, sir, to summarize. And point number two is that, yes, sir, there are a lot of genuine citizens who may not have documents. It's a kind of a very complicated situation, sir, because if you're a genuine citizen, how do you prove it? So we need some documents to prove it. And hence, we will work on how we can create that. Election Commission has given us the option of saying that 2003 and pre-2003 January, they don't need to submit any certificates. They just need to show the electoral roll. Honorable MLA from Rajabala mentioned that electoral rolls are not available. I will make note of that and ensure that that kind of a difficulty is not there and pass on the instructions to our election department and also put in a point to the Election Commission of India regarding that point. And therefore, we will do our best to ensure that our genuine citizens are not impacted. But while we do that, in the process, we also want to ensure that we don't give non-genuine citizens the vote and include them in the electoral roll. So therefore, these 2 points, we need to, at the end of the day, balance it. And if we do one too much, then the other goes. If you do other too much, then the other one is affected. So balancing these two is really the challenge. And through this SIR exercise, which is very, very detailedly mentioned out here on how it will go from house to house, how the trainings will happen, how different kind of programs will be done, all of this, we are hopeful that we will be able to minimize. Again, I use the word some minimize. There will always be challenges. There will always be one particular case or one particular occasion where some individual has faced some challenges. Those case-to-case basis, sir, we will definitely take up those matters also. But in general, sir, our desire and our efforts will be to ensure that this SIR exercise, which is a massive exercise, takes place in the best possible manner and in a manner which is least inconvenient to the citizens and genuine citizens of the state, and also to ensure that no non-genuine people should not be included in the voter list. So therefore, sir, with these few clarifications and also mentioning about the reason why we need the supplementary funds and the demand is there, which I mentioned is mainly because of the increase in the amount that has been shared to given to the BLOs, and that is the primary primary expenditure, and that is why, sir, we have come to the House for the supplementary demand. And with these few clarifications, I would request the mover of the cut motion to kindly withdraw the cut motion. Thank you, sir.
Now, may I know the mind of the mover as to whether they will withdraw their cut motion?
Before the mover of the cut motion expresses his mind, her mind, only one issue which during the reply of the Honorable Chief Minister has drawn my attention is about that every individual has to fill up the forms when that house-to-house enumeration will take place. Now, the timing, because many of our youth are outside the state. So therefore, this another area of challenge will be there. Because during that time, if the children who are studying outside or working outside are not there, so I think separate timing can be given for those who are studying outside, and for that reason, and those who are working outside the state, they are not able to be present at the time of that enumeration. I think that can be examined and then see how we can best create an enabling environment so that everyone is able to fill up the forms.
Yes, sir. I think it's a good suggestion, sir. I'll pass on the information to the Election Commission of India and to the Election Department. But I'm sure, sir, this concern is very genuine. We will try to find out a way in which we are able to address this particular issue. So we noted the suggestion.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for giving us a detailed steps as the government is going to take, and for assuring us that all of our concerns will be addressed. It is a difficult task, I agree, and it is a huge exercise, and there will be problems coming our way, but I'm sure the government has all the necessary, it is equipped to deal with all the problems that come their way. So therefore, with the assurance and the reply from the Honorable Chief Minister, I'd like to withdraw my cut motion.
Thank you. Since the mover has withdrawn the cut motion, now let me put the question before the House. The question is that grant number 3 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and grant number 3 is passed.